Hey, yo, it's your boy Danny Soul here, welcoming everybody to Team Soul Pressure. Team Soul Pressure is a strength and conditioning program focused on developing, cultivating, and refining skills in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and other grappling sports. The reason why I wanted to create this video is because for years we've been creating brand new training programs. We've also been involved in brand new training programs ourselves, and we understand the complexities and how overwhelming it can be signing up for a brand new training program, understanding and how to navigate through the new exercises, training schedules, routines, how to leave feedback, etc., etc., etc. So we have this lengthy welcome document, but I wanted to echo all of those things and reach out to everybody personally as best as I can, just to help smooth everybody over so those first few days of your training program are a little bit easier for you to understand and follow. All right, so let's start with our training schedule. Our training schedule will alternate every week. Right? Weeks A will feature 2 pushing days with 1 pulling day. Weeks B will alternate, where we will go 2 pulling days and 1 pushing day. Now, these are your main strength and conditioning segments per week. The rest of the week will be filled with some other exercises. We'll also feature 2 mobility days per week. All right. And finally, we will feature a whole body conditioning day at the end of your week. Now, we understand that everyone also still has to practice their Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We do not imagine that the strength conditioning should eclipse or take priority over the skill demands of what Jiu-Jitsu calls for. We want our strength conditioning program to intersect with your training design. We want your training program to complement your training design, not overshadow it. We know it's very easy to focus on all the specificities of a strength conditioning program. And again, it can be a bit overwhelming. So that's why we set up our program as such. So the setup of it is one where people can pick the priorities of their training. You don't necessarily have to log on to the SugarWAD app and follow each day how it is, itemizing everything from top to bottom. If you notice, when you log on our main days, we start each session with an injury prevention segment. That injury prevention segment could potentially be moved to post your BJJ sessions on your rest days. You could even do them after training or here at home. Whatever the case may be, you do not have to treat them as warm-ups as they are in the segment. That's how I do them, and many of our followers will be. But we understand that people are going to have limited time because they have to get their BJJ sessions in as well. Secondly, you'll also notice that we don't necessarily label our days Monday through Friday. We do that because we want people to be flexible. We understand that you're not going to be able to follow the training program perfectly as we post it. So again, if your priority days are strength and conditioning sessions, we recommend that those are the main days that you get in. If your priorities are just strictly in conditioning, we want you to go down to the bottom of your daily training design and make sure you focus on getting your conditioning in. If the big point of contention for you is mobility, we want your focus to be on the mobility days and make sure you get those mobility days in. Once again, with the skill demands of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and grappling being your number one main priority and focus. All right, now let's talk about exercise selection a little bit. Once again, we know what it's like to sign up for a new training program and we see all these new exercises and how my brand new coach is writing them out and what his tempo looks like and what he or she is prescribing for percentages. We know all that stuff can be very overwhelming. So as a result, for years, we've been putting together a very robust YouTube library with literally thousands of exercise demos. We have a link to that in your intro document, and we recommend every day before you go into train to take a moment to look at your exercises, compare them to what you see on YouTube, look at the exercise demos that we are posting daily on the SugarWAD app. So you're better prepared when you get into the gym. We know what it's like to get into the gym and not be able to understand the tempo or not totally understand the exercise, and you fumble around on your phone and you get distracted, not being able to find what your coaches want from the prescription of the training program. So research and preparation is key. After a few weeks, it'll be very smooth and you'll understand how we program. You'll understand what we're looking for from our training design. All right. Last thing that I would like to talk about is communication. Communication for us is huge. We have a very active private Facebook group called Team Soul. It's a collection of all the different sports that we coach, all the different athletes that we have, whether they're in the gym in Miami or they're training with us remotely. Any questions that you have about schedule, injury prevention, workout demos, you want to make sure your technique looks good, anything at all for us, you want to give us feedback on how you're progressing, use that group to your benefit. We promise you with feedback and answers for your questions within 24 hours. It's very active and we're here to help. And that's going to be the best way for us to communicate with everybody. Last thing real quick, make sure you read the rest of your document because we talk a little bit about injury prevention, making substitutions, pieces of equipment, and very importantly, what your competition preparation should look like. All right. Once again, Danny Soul here with Team Soul Pressure. Good luck and peace.